Well, it's early. It's Playa Blanca. It's a Sunday morning, and today I'm heading, or Julie and I, actually both of us are heading over to the island of Los Lobos. So we thought, there goes a fishing boat. We're going to use the Líneas Romero, the passenger-only ferry. That's the first time I will have been on that, and that will take us across to Corralejo. And from there we'll get another boat which will take us to the island of Los Lobos, which I will tell you all about when we get there. We're with the group of Parkinson's walkers. We're a group who've been walking for well over a year now, raising money for the local Parkinson's charity. And this is the latest adventure that we have planned. It's not a particularly long walk. Last year we did the whole island, one end to the other of Lanzarote, but this year we're doing shorter walks, and this is one of those. We'll do 6 or 7k around the island of Los Lobos. So the plan is to film as much as I can. They're a pretty garrulous group, so I'll try and avoid being interrupted by their conversations all the time, but we'll get you various snippets of the day as it pans out. And there is our group in front of me now. Well, this is our boat. It goes from the sort of end pier in Playa Blanca harbour. Don Juan R. So that's Juan Romero, part of the Romero family, who are based in La Graciosa. So we're aboard the boat now. There's a sort of fairly large outdoor area here with some dreadful music playing. But you can sit out in the sun if you choose to. But if I go downstairs, and you'll see there's a really nice sort of salon area here. With a bar that does excellent coffee. I've just had a cup of it. So Los Lobos is the small island closer to Fuerteventura than it is to Lanzarote. We're going to be going past it in a minute to get to Corralejo. The island's uninhabited now, but right up until 1968 there was a lighthouse keeper and family who lived on it. These days there is a small bar cafeteria there, but the family that runs it go each day on the boat from Corralejo. Lobos in Spanish means wolves, so it's Isla de Los Lobos means the island of the wolves, but there weren't ever wolves on there. There were monk seals, which in Spanish are called wolves of the sea, hence the name. The history of the island that we know about dates all the way back to Roman times. And the Romans used it as a place to catch a particular kind of seaweed from which they made a purple dye. And it's believed they had slaves doing all the work on there on the island for them. Following that, it was inhabited by Berber tribesmen and Carthaginians, and well, the rest of it is the sort of standard history of the Canary Islands. That isn't rain on the windows, by the way, that's spray. It's quite a rough crossing today, unusually so for this time of year, and as you can see it's pretty cloudy and murky out there. So we'll get to Corralejo in a minute, and then we will disembark this boat and get on to another small one to take us across to Lobos, and then we're going to walk around the island. We'll do the full island tour, which is only about a 6k walk, and a fairly gentle walk, and I'll show you as much as I can while we're doing it. I'll just stand up and show you the golden sand of Fuerteventura as we are now approaching it. Well, we've arrived in Corralejo. That was a pretty choppy crossing. This is the next boat we're getting, but we don't need to get it for another hour or so. And this is the Celia Cruz, which takes us across to Los Lobos. Very nice charter catamaran going out there. And I need to catch up the group now because they've headed off into Corralejo. We've got an hour's break to get a cup of coffee or something. So Fuerteventura, for those of you who don't know, is twice the size of Lanzarote and half the population. So this town, Corralejo, is not as big as the capital, but it's probably the second largest town on the island. And between here and the south Morrojable, if there's an awful lot of empty space, as you can imagine, with half the population and double the size of Lanzarote. Has a kind of slightly more laid-back vibe than Lanzarote. Bit more kind of surfy, no shoes, no news feel to it. Corralejo, of course, is the town you see from Playa Blanca. You particularly see it clearly at night when all the lights are on. There are some nice beaches actually in the town, but if you go around that headland there are miles and miles of beautiful sand dunes. And the town itself is quite quaint. Lots of bars and restaurants, as you would imagine. We've just booked one for lunch later. We get back over here mid-afternoon and we booked lunch for the group. At a fresh fish place. I'm looking forward to that already, and I've got several hours and a walk to do before I enjoy that. Fuerteventura means strong wind, and this is certainly an island where they do a lot of sailing. Quite interesting Hobie cats here. Lots of windsurfing and lots of kite surfing too. One of the lovely town beaches here. So the July weather in the Canary Islands is continuing pretty poorly. As you can see, it's so unusual to see so much cloud around on a July day. It is only 10 o'clock in the morning, so hopefully it will soon improve. We're on board the small boat now, which is going to take us to Los Lobos. There's one of the Guardia Civil cutters that operate around the island. So some very excited kids just getting off the boat there, and you can see the sand dunes over in Fuerteventura quite clearly from here. And here we are on Lobos. So typically Canarian, volcanic island of course. I think from memory the walk around it's only about 6 kilometres. There's another small harbour and a beach over there that we've sailed to before, which is very picturesque. This is a natural park, Parque Natural. A whole load of rules there about what you can and can't do here. So this is El Puertito, which is the little port, and we docked here on a previous visit, and they catch the fish here, prepare it on those tables, and then serve it in this little restaurant here. And it was the first time we had scorpion fish jewels.
It was, yeah, deep fried.
Yeah, oh, lovely.
3 scores on it, throw it in the fryer, and yep, crispy and fresh.
Fresh out of the sea, cantarero in Spanish. And we've been ordering ever since. That was many years ago as well. There's a little beach here, so a lot of people come over for a day trip from Fuerteventura, don't they, Jules, to
yeah, Yeah, they just catch the water taxi.
And there's no mains electricity here, so all of these places are running on solar. Right, I guess we need to catch our group back up, don't we? We took a little detour to have a look at El Puertito.
Come on then.
Very low tide at the moment. Normally this little lagoon here is kind of full of water. The paths over here are really clearly marked in both directions, aren't they? So it's relatively easy for people to find their way around.
Yep. Just pick your route, clockwise or anti.
So when you get off the ferry, you can either go left and go clockwise, or go to the right and go anti-clockwise around this little island.
It's not quite as straightforward as leaving the houses to somewhere else.
This is an area that a lot of seabirds come to, the lagunetas, and there's even a hide there you can go in to watch the birds. We're about 2 kilometres in now, so it's all been easy going and we've been having a good natter. We're about halfway round now. Most of the walking is on this kind of lovely sandy path. It's really easy walking. We're more than halfway round, just over 4 kilometres, and this is the old lighthouse building. And as I said right at the start, this was manned by a family until the late 1960s. And dead ahead of us now you can see Playa Blanca and Montaña Roja over in Lanzarote. Well, we're almost at the end of our circumnavigation of Isla de Los Lobos, and a lovely view here. I thought I'd pause here, just the other side of this rock, and show you the dunes of Fuerteventura. So for those of you who don't know, this the golden sand you see across there actually all comes from the Sahara Desert. It blows across here with the calimas and has built up over the centuries. And that hotel right in the middle of the frame, I'll try and zoom it for you, is called Las Tres Islas, the Three Islands Hotel. And then to the right there we've got Corralejo. So we've done 6.5 kilometres now, and I think we've got another half a kilometre, 500 metres or so to get back with our group to the ferry, which we're meeting at 2 o'clock. That will take us back to Corralejo for some lunch. And it's been a very pleasant walk, very warm, despite all the cloud you can see around. But fun, and we've had a chance to have a good natter with a lot of people. Just been chatting to a British couple who've just recently moved to the island on a non-lucrative visa. So it was quite interesting talking to them and understanding that whole process and how stressful it was for them, but they got there in the end and they now live in Yaisa.
Yeah, you need your poles.
Well, there you go, we're back in Fuerteventura in Corralejo, and we are going for a fresh fish lunch now, which I'm quite excited about. We've certainly earned it with that walk, and the good news is the sun has come out. Those clouds have all burned off now, and it's turned into a beautiful afternoon. A bit breezy, you can probably hear that on the mic. So that's a day trip to Los Lobos, and I hope you've enjoyed joining us on it. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.